In this video, I will talk about nutrition planning, whether your goal is fat loss, build muscle, or optimize your healthy diet. I will cover topics on calorie intake, on macro and micronutrients, and supplements and their role. When it comes to calories and energy and counting that, we need to first look into our lifestyle and level of activities. If our goal is to lose fat without losing any muscle and without slowing down our metabolism, actually to increase and boost our metabolism and optimize our energy level and recovery, we don't want to be in big deficit of calories, because if you're into big deficit, then your body will slow down and will go into the safe mode. Like, body will start saving the energy because it's afraid of the hunger. So I would say that most of my clients actually are not eating enough. But when I say eating enough, we need to be careful. You want to split these calories during the day. It's not within 1 or 2 or 3 meals. It has to be often. The reason for that is insulin effect. Insulin is a hormone that brings glucose, the energy, to the cell, and it lasts only 2 to 3 hours in our bloodstream. So that's why we need to eat every 3 hours. I guess maybe 4. What else is a benefit of often meals is boost metabolism. Your body will use more calories. Digesting system is the biggest user of calories in our body, and when you give your metabolism always something to work on, you will increase calories intake, and your body functions will be alive, will work more, and your absorption will be better and recovery will be better. So that's why it's very important that we are in very small deficit, maybe 10 to 20%, and at the same time we spread this 1,500 calories, for example, that we need to eat during the day, maybe 5 times a day. If you are a man, grown-up man, that your work is maybe sitting in the office and you are active 2 to 3 times a week, I guess your daily intake would be around 1,500 calories, because you use not more than maybe 2,000 a day, and for girls would be 500 less, maybe 300 less. So if you are a girl that you want to lose some fat and that you sit in the office and you are active maybe 2-3 times a week, I would go maybe on around 1,200 to 1,300 calories per day. That has to be quite tailored, but we need to learn how to listen our body, how to observe what's going on with us. Are we sleepy, grumpy? Do we have enough of energy? Or, of course, we need to observe what is going on physically with our body. Are we losing fat? Are we tired when we train? And so on. To understand what is going on in our body when we eat, we need to know the role of 3 macronutrients: carbs, fats, and proteins. Carbs are stored in our glycogen reservoir in our livers and muscles, and I want to talk about 3 types of carbs: simple carbs, complex carbs, and fibers. Simple carbs like white sugar and fructose is fast carbs, simple sugars that spike our blood sugar and increase insulin very fast, because it's very easy to digest and absorb, but it causes a lot of inflammation and it's actually not good for our body. From the other side, complex carbs, starchy carbs like sweet potato, quinoa, oats, or rice are giving us sustainable energy and fuel for our working muscles. So I recommend my clients to get energy from these sources. The third type of carbs are fibers, and their role is health. It's cleaning our digesting system. It's a food for our gut bacteria that are connected with our brains through the neurotransmitters, the motoric nerves, and are actually very, very, very important part of our nutrition plan, but there is no energy from it. Next macronutrients that I want to talk about are fats. The role and function of fats is big energy source, protection of skeleton and nerve system, and helping other nutrients to do their job, to help with absorption and recovery as well. The thing is that not all fats are, of course, beneficial for our body. For example, good fats or unsaturated fats, they can increase HDL cholesterols and decrease LDL cholesterols and help with to fight inflammation caused by trans fats or saturated fats also. Trans fats are fats made in factories, so they are poison from outside. It's not even natural, and usually would be in some processed food. So that's a big poison nowadays, and we want to avoid it as much as possible. The last macronutrients are proteins, a brick for our body, made of chemical chains called amino acids. And when amino acids are broken down into our body, they will help building our muscle mass, which will help to boost and optimize our metabolism and immune system, will help us to stay strong. For the grown-up person, I would recommend something around 2 grams per 1 kilogram of proteins a day. Which means, for example, if you have 80 kilos, that would be around 120 to 150 grams of proteins per day. If you are a lady, a girl of 50 kilos, that would be around 75 to 80 grams of proteins per day. To make nutrition plan simple and effective as possible, I want to give you tips to optimize your fitness journey. Tip number 1, you need to have plain proteins in every meal to provide food for muscle, to boost your metabolism and immune system, and to avoid hunger. Plain protein sources we can find in animal products or plant-based food. For example, any kind of meat, seafood like fish, prawns, squid, dairy like Greek yogurts, low-fat yogurts, cottage, mozzarella or other cheese, eggs. From plant-based we can find it in edamame, in brown beans, in black beans, in soy products, tofu. Tip number 2, never start your day with carbs. Carbs are stored in glycogen reservoir in our livers, and when we go to sleep over the night, when body recover, this reservoir gets full. So we need to empty it first. Even if we are active for first hour after we wake up, we can get our carbs in immediately after. As a post-workout, it's the best time for the carbs, it's post-workout. We can have it for lunch, we can have it even for dinner if we will sleep better, as long as we don't have it for first part of the day. Tip number 3, no carbs and fats within one meal. Don't mix carbs and fats in one meal. Fats and carbs both are energy sources. And if we mix both energy sources at the same time, body doesn't know what to do with it. So it's a bigger risk for one source to get stored in fat storage. For example, if you order salad with chicken and avocado, don't take rice or potato from the side. Or if you go for chicken and potato, don't go for avocado, because avocado is fats, potato is carbs. We don't want to mix it together. If you like peanut butter, if you like bread, it's fine. Just don't put it together. Carbs from bread, fats and oil from peanut butter cannot go together. Tip number 4. You need to finish your day with a plain protein with some vegetable. Many of my clients stop eating at 6 or 7 p.m. So between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. when they wake up, it's 12 hours of no food. So your metabolism will shut down, will go slow, recovery will be poor. So very important is to eat maximum 30 minutes before we sleep. It doesn't need to be big meal, it doesn't need to be something difficult or heavy to digest, but there must be some protein and vegetable source. Tip number 5. Avoid fruits. Simple sugars from fruits cause inflammation and spike of insulin, especially tropical fruits. I recommend to my clients, berries like strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, whatever from berries. They have vitamins and they're low in sugars. And they will still give you some taste, which is the good thing about fruits. Tip number 6, drink loads of water. Half liter on 10 kilograms of body weight. This one is a lot. It's more than 4.5 or 5 kilos if you are heavy. But minimum is 3 liters a day, because 60% of our body is water. We need to keep our body hydrated to make everything function. The last topic of the video will be on supplements. These days, food from supermarket is not fresh and it's very poor in good quality omega-3 fats, in minerals and vitamins. So we need to add through the supplements in our nutrition plan. I want to talk about basic supplements, which are multivitamins that we can eat it after breakfast or after lunch. Minerals and electrolytes that we can use if we are active, if we go for a run, if we lose a lot of sweat and salt. We can use magnesium before sleep. It will help us with recovery. We will sleep better. We can take omega-3 fish oil, because these days ratio between omega-3 and omega-6 and 9 on the other side is 1:10, but it should be 1:3. So it's very important that we add 5 to 10 grams of fish oil before sleep. Before sleep, so we will not use it for energy. If we will take this good quality and expensive supplement in the morning, it's a risk that body will take it during the day for the energy. So it's better to take it before sleep, and it will stay in our bloodstream. Next one is whey isolate protein powder. Especially I would recommend it as a post-workout meal. It's easy to digest, it's fast absorption, so it will help cell to recover and rest. During the workout, our body and our cell is open and it screams for recovery. And these amino acid long chains have to break into short chains and absorb into our cell as fast as possible. So that's why protein powder isolate is something that I recommend. Why isolate? Is because the protein powder is made from dairy, so it has lactose. But lactose is not good for our body. It causes inflammation, you will be bloated. So I would recommend isolate, which is the next step from whey. The next thing would be amino acids. It would be short chains, BCAA. We can use it during the workouts, so the body will not use our muscles for the energy. The last one is glutamine. It's an amino acid, it's a protein that helps with recovery, and I would recommend it to prevent falling sick and to recover faster and better.